Hot! Calm down, man! How am I supposed to calm down? Admit it, you jerk off to Ruru-san, don't you? I had you know, I only jerk off to my gross. You can't choose your parents, but you can choose your lover. She's cute, sweet, and gorgeous. I'm definitely gonna get with Ruru-san. Just you watch! And that's where my review of today's BearlyThereManga is Monster Marriage Shop. This is a fairly new manga that's just not coming out, which is only one volume, with a volume 2 coming out right around my birthday. And this is a upcoming manga that I've just not picked up. I thought it was going to be a bit of like a romance, slice of life comedy, and it honestly, it goes places. And if you're a person that has some fetishes, well, this could be right up your book, and it does have a bingo card of kinks inside of it. So if you want to play along with the how many fetishes that you might have, and this book might bring it out of you, this might be a manga for you. Now, let me just start off where this is not a manga for those who are 17 and younger. Hell, I won't even dare say 18. It's not but it gets pretty graphic, and it's not meant for kids in any way. This goes to more of a skew, more of adults, adult themes, and also, well, it gets a little freaky at times. It goes places, and this is a book or a story about a young boy, I'm forgetting his name here, so boy Nakayoto, where his dad moms and his wife grieves and is in disheveled, where he's saying to her, don't worry, Mom, I will always be here. I will always love you. And so will every other guy that's nearby. And goes through his entire life with his mother's poor choices of marriage and poor choices of getting with certain people, always finding out something's wrong with those guys every time at the time, and being right next to the room as they are making lovemaking kind of gives him a bit of a complex when he gets older. And when he gets older, he starts a business where he helps people find loved ones and goes through strategics and goes through status and goes through the whole 9 yards of what people are usually looking for. And he has 100% marriage rate under this belt, and he's trying to prove the world that he knows how to choose the right man and woman to be together, and he has a little bit of a mom complex. So that's a bit of a thing. He doesn't really want anyone himself. He loves his mother. But one day he goes to get on the bus to go back home, and he ends up finding out that he kind of got daydreaming and was on the last stop. So he gets off the bus. But getting off the bus, he's dropped off in a random, I guess, park or something. I don't quite know what it is. I guess not a theme park, like maybe a park, maybe a random bit of woods in the middle of the city. And he bumps into the main female OC character, and she's a bit of a werewolf.
What's the dog doing?
And she's looking for a marriage partner, and she introduced him or brings him into their yokai town or monster town at their yokais, okay? And brings him in, and she's trying to find loved ones, and he just said straight up, like, hey, you're not the kind of woman that men are looking for. You don't have the feminine traits. You're bossy. You're the woman boss. You make a lot of money. You don't have it. But he's helping everybody else there as well find love and picking up signs. And he's thinking, hey, man, I can start a business here, and I can start getting some work here and start finding some loved ones here. And the girl, she's kind of well off and kind of rich. She goes, hey, I'll back you up. You can live with me, and we can start the business here, and you can help me find a loved one. And it goes through the books where he's finding certain yokais and looking for love, or thinking about they're looking for love, and he's like, hey, I could help you. Just hire me. I'll get you someone you can love. You can marry them. Not a problem. And the difficult finding out that he is kind of like all that they would like, and then some. Sometimes not. Some girls are not looking for the Mr. Right. Sometimes looking for the Mrs. It goes places. Okay, folks. So this manga it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of romantic. It's kind of sweet, but it is a little raunchy. I'm not gonna lie. There's no full-on wicked, get busy, but it gets very close to that, and it may not be appropriate for young age. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one. I will be getting the next one. It's none of these are my kind of kinks, but I like comedies. I like a little bit of romance every now and then. I'm a little bit of hopeless romantic. What can I say? And I do also like the art style, and I liked what's going on. It was kind of like a random pickup. I like, okay, looks interesting. Sure, I'll pick it up. And sure enough, I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite, but we'll get over that in the score. So let's get over the cat, shall we? Now, characters. They are smorgasbord of characters. It's really hard to think outside a box of new kind of character traits that manga and anime have a bit of a kind of a thing already going on. So they kind of have that thing going on where there might be this one cute, really sweet girl that ends up being a really woman and that just wants your money and just, you know, kind of like the OnlyFans, like, oh, I'll be sweet to your face, but really I just want your money, you fucking simp. And then there's the girl boss that, you know, thinks she knows it all, makes a lot of money, she's very successful, and she's the top of everybody, and she thinks she's better than everybody, but, you know, she's not. She wants to be loved just like anybody else is. And there's a couple other traits in here. There's a girl that likes be a little on the freaky side, and she don't know if she wants to marry. But she knows everybody else wants to. So if everybody else is having fun, but why can't she get involved in it? And of course, the male character, he's, again, very sweet guy, very loving boy, but he loved his mama a little too much. There's a full psychiatry behind this whole book when it comes to, you know, people saying that you will love your mother in certain ways. Look into the psychiatry behind it. There's a reason why this guy is the way he is. You know, imagine you being outside the doorway, or throughout your entire life being outside the doorway at your mother's right across the next room, in a room or in a house made out of nothing but paper, and hearing them, I'm gonna come, you know, bumping uglies. It can get, you know, probably mess you up a little bit. So, characters are fun. I enjoyed them. It is interesting to go with the yokai things. You know, we got the other, you know, monster world or monster-like mangas out there that I actually kind of enjoy. I have a couple, like, one or two figurines back there of them. I liked it. Monster Museum, I think it was called, and Monster Doctor was another one I really liked. If you have not checked those out, I like them, but they're not my fetish. But they're good. They're good, just stories, and I like fantasy. So monsters and fantasy kind of go in together to get, you know, hand to hand. But again, ears and tail wouldn't bother me in real life. It doesn't mean I want a full fur suit. So I don't know what that makes me. Honestly, I make it as I will. So I give the characters, I give it an 8. It's pretty standard. It has a weird assortment. I like that they didn't full on go in the whole everybody's looking for this thing, everybody must have this thing, everybody must do this thing, or everybody must have the same approach. They went out of the box and here and there with two of the characters in particular, but they still like the main guy. But some of them may like him for the wrong reasons. Some may like him for the right reasons. Some just might like him just because, well, he's trying to help them out find love. So I like that. So, hey, now for the art. Now, I will have to give this manga a bit of props. Now, I don't know how many pictures I've showed up so far, but they're actually going into a lot of good details in this book. Now, not graphic details, but it's no longer just one shade of coloring or one shade of drawing, one lighting, or even two shading, sometimes 3 or 4 shading. It's not just a character with bland backgrounds or no backgrounds at all, like some other mangas that I read. This one actually goes through a lot of details. There's a lot of effort on most pages. Sorry, I'm having a hard time to say that. So I appreciate that the artist went, hey, I'm not just gonna draw the characters and they're put them in the square and put them in the box and then they're the character. No, he's like, I'm gonna put them all that stuff and I'm gonna put a background behind them. I'm gonna put some things around them. I'm gonna put something in the room to make them in a room. I can appreciate that. I get behind that. Heck yes, let's go with that. So for art style, enjoyable. It's pretty. It does more than the work. It does more heavy lifting. It makes it feel like it's more involved in the world. And kudos to the artist. I'd love to see more of this in it. Again, it's not some of the other mangas, but I'll give it a 9 for this one. Now, story. Now, I have not read a lot of romance mangas, mind you, or I have not read a manga that has this kind of storytelling where a guy is helping a lot of girls gets married, right? That's not a usual story for me, and I don't know if there's a lot of them out there. There might not be any. This might be a whole new concept. We'll get to later with the transformative, but now that I'm thinking about it, might have to break the score for that one. So this might be a whole new kind of angle for a love romance. It's not really a harem either, even though he does have more than one girl interested in him. But again, they're not interested in the manner for which you might think they're interested in him in every single one of them. And the story is broad, but the characters kind of give it that little bit of that I felt like I've heard this story before kind of love angle. Everybody's looking for love, everybody's finding love, everybody's getting married or something like that, and everybody's getting that kind of jealousy. I don't know, maybe it's a personal life experience. I've seen everybody else, around me find happiness and joy, and then I was like, always like, okay, what's gonna be my turn, right? Again, I'm a little bit of a hopeless romantic. What can I say? So the story doesn't feel like it's that groundbreaking, but at the same time, it feels like it's brand new. But I feel like I've experienced this before, so maybe that's my visor where I am seeing this as a more of a I've seen this in real life kind of vibe. I've helped other people in relationships kind of vibe. I have personally, and I don't know if they all got married, but I've helped friends before, and I have coached people, talked to people. I'm not no counselor, but I've done this guy does. I don't have a mommy complex, sorry. But I don't know, I liked it since I feel like I could see myself in the guy without the mommy complex. And I could see trying to help a bunch of people, but not really worrying about himself. Then again, I would be wanting to help myself, because that's the difference. I would be like, hey, I'm looking for that too. Come on, let's I'm available. I'm on the market. Not real life. I'm just saying if I was this dude. So I don't know. I liked it, but at the same time, it doesn't feel groundbreaking. But I hope I see an anime out of this. I really do. So I'm giving it a 7.5. Again, it's very good. It's very nice. Just I felt like I've seen this before somehow. Don't know how. And lastly, transformative. Now, I will state that I'm gonna probably get the score an up, because, like I said, I don't know if I've heard or seen mangas like this before. Romance, marriage, love interest, monster girls. Yeah, I've seen that before. And would this be a groundbreaking manga to get someone into the manga industry? Probably not, unless you're a bit of a sexual deviant or, hentai. It's really, it could be that, but I think that the story could maybe tell a few people a few things. Like I said at the beginning, you may not be able to choose your parents, but you can choose your lover. Another way, if it's saying you can't choose your family, but you can choose the one you love. But the problem is, even then you can choose the one you love doesn't mean they will choose you. So I like that, the aspect of it. It's also about like telling some people like, hey, some guys just do not want these kind of attributes in women, and some reason women got in their minds like, oh yeah, that's what men want. No, not really. Sorry, we still like the classic woman. What can I say? Most men like that in some regards. Even if you're a muscle-bound mommy, we still want the motherly side to you, not just the muscle-bound, right? It's just, there's a kink for everybody, and I know that. If you are a certain way, there's somebody out there to find you sexually and attractive in some way. There's always going to be that, no matter how you look, someone will find you attractive, but your personality has to come with that attractiveness. So it's that good balance. And this dude's like, hey, we're looking for in a guy. Most men like that don't want this, or this. You want to change a little bit? Are you okay with the change? Are you able to embody and be that change? Or you just want to be yourself? If you want to be yourself, good, fine, be yourself. And he's about that too. Like, hey, you can be yourself. That's okay. And I can appreciate that and get behind that. So I'm, instead of giving it what I was going to give it, I'm going to give it a 7.5 as well for this one. So my score technically is going to go up with this. So I got to change it. So give me a second here. All right. So that's my score for it. I enjoy this one. I do recommend this for those who are a little bit older. Is this going to be your first pickup? No, I wouldn't say this is your first pickup for a manga. I hope they make an anime out of this. I think it'd be pretty good. Not on the level of certain other very spicy anime that's been out there. Again, not hentai, not just, it's up there to the levels of interspecies reviewers. It's close to that. It's closer to Monster Museum, Monster Doctor, or Dr. Monster. I forget the name of it. If those sound like interest, this might be the pickup for you if you watch any of those animes, or watch any of those animes, or read those mangas. So you might want to pick this up now. So final score for the entire thing, we got a 31 or a 8 out of 10. So that's my score for it. What's your thoughts? Be sure to leave a like and comments down below. And as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.